Y'all, you will not believe what's going down in the heart of Chicago right now. Drama is unfolding between two of the city's biggest names in rap, and it's got the streets, the fans, and the entire hip-hop world talking. Word just broke that Polo G's own brother has been arrested in connection with a wild, twisted plot to rob none other than G Herbo. Yeah, you heard that right. Family betrayal, street politics, and rap royalty colliding in the most shocking way imaginable. Now we're not just talking about petty beef or a few subs on Instagram. Nah, this is real life, real charges, and real silence. Until now. Because in the wake of the arrest, the Chicago rap scene, which had been completely quiet, is finally breaking the silence. And trust when they talk. They talk loud. What really went down between these two camps? Was it jealousy? Was it money? Or was it something way deeper, maybe even personal? Emotions are running high, fans are in disbelief, and even close friends are starting to pick sides. Buckle up, because this story is way messier than anyone expected, and it's only just getting started. Now let's rewind this crazy story and take you step by step through how we even got here. Because what started as quiet whispers in the streets has turned into a full-blown rap soap opera, and the internet is eating it up. So here's what we know. Polo G, born Taurus Bartlett, has always kept his circle tight, family first, loyalty above everything. And at the center of that circle, his younger brother, Trench Baby, real name Torian Bartlett. He's been trying to carve out his own space in the game, and while he's been gaining traction, he's often been living in the shadow of Polo G's success. Sources close to the family have said for years that there's tension behind closed doors, even if they've always presented a united front in public. But no one expected the kind of chaos that would explode when news hit that Trench Baby had been arrested, and not just for anything minor. We're talking about being allegedly involved in a plot to set up and rob G Herbo, another heavyweight in Chicago rap, someone who's seen as a pillar of the city's music legacy. And let's be clear, this isn't just some random rap beef. This is deep, messy, and layered with personal history. Apparently, G Herbo and Polo G have had an on and off friendship for years. They came up around the same time, shared stages, mutual respect, but behind the scenes, there were rumors of clashing egos, competition over deals, and even low-key beef over who truly runs Chicago's new school rap scene. Still, nothing public ever boiled over, until now. So how did Polo G's brother end up in this wild situation? Here's where the story gets crazy. A few weeks back, a private studio session was supposed to go down on the South Side. Something low-key, invite-only, no media, no drama. G Herbo was scheduled to be there working on a few unreleased tracks. But someone leaked the location. Within hours, a group of masked individuals attempted to enter the building, but were stopped before anything could happen thanks to tight security and an off-duty cop who happened to be on the scene. At the time, nobody really knew what the motive was. Was it just a random robbery attempt? Was someone targeting Herbo? No one said anything. But then came the bombshell. 3 suspects were taken in, and one of them was confirmed to be Torian Trench Baby Bartlett, Polo G's own brother. The city went silent. Social media erupted. Fans didn't know what to believe. Was this just a mistake? Was Trench Baby even involved? Some thought it was just guilt by association, wrong place, wrong time. But the charges dropped hit hard. Conspiracy to commit armed robbery, unlawful possession of a firearm, and attempted burglary. This wasn't just a slap on the wrist. This was serious. And while all this was going down, the silence from Polo G was deafening. No post, no statement, no interview. He went completely ghost on socials. And you know what happens when rappers go quiet? The streets start talking for them. One of the first to throw gasoline on the fire was a former associate of G Herbo, a producer who goes by Lil Smoke. He went live and claimed that this wasn't a random act, that there had been tension brewing between Trench Baby's crew and Herbo's team for months. According to him, Trench felt like Herbo was blocking opportunities in the industry and undermining his come-up behind the scenes. In his words, Trench been saying for a minute that folks ain't solid. He think Herbo fake showin' love, but behind closed doors, bruh been movin' shady. This ain't new. Whether that's true or not, it lit a fire online. Twitter exploded with threads. Reddit was breaking down timelines. TikTok detectives were making deep dive videos with receipts, some even suggesting that Polo G and G Herbo had been quietly beefing over a shared business connection that went sour. But the real turning point came when a leaked voice message hit the blogs, allegedly from someone in Herbo's inner circle, claiming that Herbo knew he was being set up and came prepared. That's right, he knew something was off, and still showed up, ready for whatever. The message was chilling. Ayo, Herb ain't no dummy. He felt it. That energy? Off. Said if they try anything, we gon' handle it. We ain't runnin'. Suddenly, this wasn't just a robbery, this was street chess. And fans were eating up every second. But what about Polo G? While the internet argued over who was right and who was fake, he was still silent, until paparazzi caught him leaving a meeting with his legal team in LA, looking tense. No chains, no crew. Just him and 2 attorneys. And still, no statement. That's when rumors hit the blogs that Polo G was blindsided. One source close to the Bartlett family said, Polo had no idea his brother was mixed up in any of this. They've been distant lately. He focused on his new album and business moves. Trench been Wilden, but this? This is another level. Then, in the most unexpected twist so far, a clip surfaced from a deleted Trench Baby IG Live, taken just weeks before the attempted robbery. In it, Trench can be seen ranting, shirtless, clearly emotional, saying things like, "People act like they got love for you, until you start getting close to what they got. I'm tired of playing nice. These rap NS ain't who they pretend to be." Fans connected the dots. Was he talking about G Herbo? Was he feeling overshadowed by Polo G, who had already earned platinum plaques, charted hits, and mainstream fame, while Trench was still grinding? Behind all the clout and controversy, it looked like a younger brother who was spiraling, trying to prove something, to the industry, to his city, maybe even to himself. And then, just when people thought things couldn't get any wilder, Chicago rapper Cowboy entered the chat. Yup. Out of nowhere, Cowboy took to Instagram stories and said, "Y'all be surprised who really be plotting. Ain't no loyalty in this game. Seen it with my own eyes. Watch who you call bro." No names mentioned, but fans knew exactly what he was talking about. Suddenly, this wasn't just a G Herbo versus Trench situation. This was a Chicago rap civil war in the making. People started digging up old footage, interviews, and even subtle lyrics from both Polo G and G Herbo that fans now think were secret disses. One Herbo bar from 2 years ago, "Can't trust N*****s who smile in pics, but plot behind the curtains." Coincidence? Maybe. But in the world of rap, nothing is ever a coincidence. Still, the craziest part? This all might have stayed under wraps, if not for one voice, Polo G's mom. That's right. Stacia Mack, who has managed both her sons at different points in their careers, finally spoke out in a now-deleted post on Facebook. In it, she wrote, "People love to judge without knowing the facts. My family is hurting. We raised our sons to be kings, but the world tries to turn them into villains. I'm praying for everyone involved." Just like that, the internet was split. Some saw it as a mother defending her son, others thought it was damage control. But either way, it confirmed what many had been suspecting. This wasn't just about rap. This was a family crisis. As the court date loomed closer, insiders claimed that Polo G was considering cutting off public ties with his brother to protect his brand, his deals, and his growing business empire. That's when fans started noticing he had removed several photos with Trench from Instagram and unfollowed a few mutual friends. But hold on, this ain't the end. Not even close. Less than 24 hours after the internet started buzzing about Polo G unfollowing mutuals and allegedly trying to protect his image, Trench Baby made his move, and he made it loud. From inside the Cook County Jail, Trench managed to send out a handwritten statement that was posted to his Instagram by his team. The caption read, "They tryin' to paint me as a villain, but I stand on truth. I ain't foldin'." But it was what he wrote in that letter that shook fans to their core. "I ain't no saint, but I ain't no snake either. I see how quick they switched up, even my own blood. It's funny how people turn their back when it's convenient for them. But I ain't surprised. I been saw it coming." Boom. That was it. That line, "even my own blood," sent fans into a frenzy. Everyone knew who he meant. Polo G. It didn't take long for #FamilyOverFame to start trending on Twitter. Fans began picking sides. One group defending Polo G for trying to keep his name clean and protect his empire, and the other accusing him of abandoning his brother when he needed him the most. "You don't drop your fam over PR," one tweet read. Polo acting like the industry never had dirt on him. Suddenly, old clips of Polo G talking about loyalty, sticking with his day ones, and never switching up resurfaced online. And let's be real, the timing couldn't have been worse. Because while Polo G stayed silent, Herbo was just getting warmed up. In a surprise guest appearance during a show in Atlanta, G Herbo addressed the situation live on stage. Standing under the lights, he took a deep breath and said into the mic, "Some people you break bread with, and they still bite your hand. But I don't cry about it. I just move different." The crowd erupted. Phones were out. People were screaming. Everyone knew who that was about. And just like that, it was no longer speculation. The gloves were off. Herbo had officially spoken, and in his own way, confirmed the betrayal. Back in Chicago, the pressure on Polo G was boiling. His label had already issued a private memo to his PR team, suggesting he make a statement soon before the situation spun even more out of control. His latest single, which had been scheduled to drop that week, was pushed back indefinitely. Endorsement deals were suddenly on pause. His image, which had always been clean, professional, calculated, was now tangled up in street drama he didn't publicly ask for. But still, silence. Until one unexpected figure broke it for him. DDG, a close friend and collaborator of Polo G, hopped on Twitch and spilled the tea, unintentionally or not. While reacting to fan comments, someone asked him if Polo was really distancing himself from Trench Baby. DDG replied, "I mean, yeah, that's his bro, but you gotta move smart. Polo got brands behind him. He ain't trying to crash out just cause someone else did." And just like that, it confirmed what people feared. Polo G was trying to separate his brand from his brother's mess. But at what cost? Within hours, Trench Baby's fanbase clapped back hard. They accused Polo G of being a Hollywood rapper who turned his back on his roots, on his blood. One comment under a viral Instagram post read, "Funny how Polo always rap about loyalty, but the second things get tough, he ghost. Real ones don't run." As the online war escalated, more players started chiming in. Lil Bibby, a longtime friend of G Herbo, tweeted cryptically, "Snakes in your own grass. Keep your circle tight. 2026 ain't for fake love." And then came the twist no one saw coming. A leaked video surfaced, security cam footage, allegedly showing the attempted break-in at the studio that night. And while faces were mostly blurred, there was one frame, just one, that looked a lot like Trench Baby. The footage showed three individuals approaching the back entrance with masks, but Trench's tattooed hand gave him away. The internet is undefeated. Fans zoomed in, compared it with old IG lives, and the match was almost undeniable. Suddenly, public opinion began to shift. Maybe this wasn't just hype. Maybe Trench really did try to set up Herbo. Maybe this wasn't just rap beef. Maybe it was deeper than anyone thought. Was it revenge? Was it envy? Was it a hit? That's when Herbo's team dropped a legal statement, confirming that the rapper was fully cooperating with authorities and was prepared to testify if needed. That shocked the rap world, because testifying, especially in the streets of Chicago, is a dangerous game. But Herbo made it clear. "I protect mine. Ain't no backdoor moves gonna take me out." Meanwhile, Polo G had one final move to make, and it came in the form of a new single titled Crossed Lines. No promotion. No announcement. Just a drop at midnight, and within hours, it was trending #1 on YouTube. The lyrics? Oh, they said everything he couldn't post online. One verse stood out. "I gave you love, gave you game. Now you out here throwing dirt on my name / blood don't mean you ain't lame / you chose the streets. I chose change." Fans were shocked. It was official. Polo had responded, through music. No interviews. No blogs. Just bars. And the message was clear. He was done protecting his brother. But Trench's team wasn't letting that slide either. Just days later, his team posted a snippet from a jail call. Trench's voice clear, his tone cold. Funny how people try to play victim when they've been fake the whole time. I ain't asked for no handouts. I stood on my own. But truth gon' come out. You'll gon' see. And then came one of the biggest plot twists yet. A former friend of both Trench and Polo, an up-and-coming rapper named Capo Rick, did a podcast interview spilling years' worth of secrets. According to him, the tension between Trench and Polo wasn't new. It had been building since 2021. Man, they've had issues. Trench felt like Polo was trying to control everything. Didn't want him signing deals without him. Wouldn't let him eat off certain features. It's family, yeah, but it was also business. And business got real messy. He even claimed that Trench had reached out to Herbo multiple times for a collab, but Herbo ghosted him every time. And in the streets, ghosting someone isn't just ignoring them, it's a message. When you ghost someone out here, it means you don't rock with them. You don't respect them. So what we're looking at, according to insiders, is years of tension, ego, pride, and missed opportunities, all boiling over in one tragic moment. And right when people thought the drama was reaching its end, the legal system added another layer. New court documents revealed that prosecutors are considering charging the case under RICO statutes, which means they believe the attempted robbery was part of a larger criminal enterprise. That could mean longer sentences, more people involved, and even more names coming out. And guess what names started floating around? Capo Rick. Yep. The same guy who just spilled secrets on a podcast may now be under investigation himself. Because according to reports, one of the cell phones seized from the scene had text messages exchanged with his number in the days leading up to the incident. Suddenly, the lines between storyteller and suspect started to blur. And Polo G? He disappeared again. No posts. No stories. No interviews. Just silence. At this point, even fans were exhausted. What started as a headline about a robbery turned into a Shakespeare-level family tragedy mixed with mafia-level street politics and a touch of reality TV chaos. One thing was clear, the Chicago rap scene was at war with itself, and no one was coming out clean. What started as street-level whispers had now morphed into a full-scale media hurricane, and the fallout was far from over. As the city of Chicago held its breath, new questions were rising fast. Was this all part of a much bigger war? Was the attempted robbery really just one piece of a larger puzzle? And who else had a hand in it? It didn't take long before another unexpected name surfaced. PGF Nook, a rapper known to be loosely affiliated with both Polo G and G Herbo at different times. Nook, who had kept a low profile during the early drama, posted a cryptic photo of himself in front of the same studio where the alleged setup was attempted, with the caption, "Ain't no love in this jungle. Only traps." The comments blew up. Fans started speculating that he might have known about the robbery plot beforehand, or worse, played a part. Some even claimed that Nook had been beefing with Trench behind the scenes over a stolen beat that never got cleared. And just when things couldn't get any wilder, audio from a jailhouse call between Trench Baby and an unknown caller leaked to a Chicago blog, and it completely turned everything upside down. In the audio, Trench is heard saying, "They gon' try to pin it all on me, but I wasn't even the one who called the move. I got the text, yeah, but it wasn't my play. I just showed up. They set me up too." Wait, what? Trench claiming he was set up too? That changed the narrative completely. Up until this point, he was painted as the main villain. But now, he was flipping the story, saying he wasn't the mastermind, just a pawn. So who was behind it? Well, if the internet had anything to say, they had two theories. Either an outsider used Trench as a scapegoat, or, and this was the theory gaining traction, someone close to G Herbo orchestrated the setup to expose Trench Baby, on purpose, to humiliate Polo G's camp and send a message. The word on the street? Herbo's team knew about the attempted robbery before it happened, and let it play out just long enough to catch Trench red-handed. Sound crazy? Maybe. But in the world of rap, street politics and music business blend into a gray area where nothing is off limits. Even crazier? Someone from G Herbo's own team was reportedly questioned by police as part of a separate internal investigation into leaks and communications tied to the studio incident. Could this mean someone on Herbo's side tipped off law enforcement? Was this all part of a larger revenge game, not just street beef, but strategic sabotage? Polo G, meanwhile, had fully retreated from the public eye. But then, right when fans thought he might be done with music altogether, he was spotted in New York leaving a building widely known to house one of the top entertainment lawyers in the industry. Why was he there? Speculation began to rise that Polo G might be preparing for a lawsuit, either against the city for how his family was being portrayed, or even against individuals pushing false narratives that could harm his brand. Nothing was confirmed, but the mere idea sent headlines into a frenzy. And the internet? It kept going. Meme pages, TikTok breakdowns, fan theories, deep dive exposés. The content didn't stop. What had begun as a wild story about a robbery had now become a case study in rap fame, loyalty, and survival. But what about Trench? As of the latest reports, he's still locked up, awaiting trial, with prosecutors stacking more charges, potentially turning his case into a massive criminal conspiracy investigation. Sources say that the DA is considering tying this case to a larger investigation involving organized crews operating out of Chicago's South Side. In other words, this might not just be about G Herbo. This might not just be about one robbery. This could be about a network, about revenge, about rappers getting pulled into something way bigger than they bargained for. And through it all, fans are still wondering, will Polo G speak out? Will G Herbo testify? Will Trench Baby take a deal, or expose everyone involved? And most importantly, who's next? So now that all the smoke is starting to clear, one thing is obvious. The Chicago rap game will never be the same again. What began as quiet rumors of family tension spiraled into one of the biggest scandals the industry's seen in years. A high-profile attempted robbery, a divided rap scene, a family torn apart, and fans left in the middle trying to figure out what's real and what's all cap. Was this a brother betrayed, or a man trying to protect his legacy? Was this street beef, or a calculated career play? The streets are talking. The blogs are posting. And the fans? Y'all are still asking the same burning question. Whose side are you on? Are you Team Trench, riding for loyalty and second chances? Or are you Team Polo, protecting the bag and choosing peace over problems? Or maybe you're with G Herbo, playing the long game and staying 10 steps ahead? Whatever side you fall on, one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. With trials coming, new music on the way, and possible RICO charges looming, the next few months could be a roller coaster for everyone involved. But now it's your turn to weigh in. Backhand index pointing down, drop a comment below. Tell us what you think really happened. Who's telling the truth? Who's playing the victim? And who's got the most to lose? Speech Balloon, don't forget to like the video if you're locked into this drama like we are. Bell subscribe to the channel, because we've got exclusive updates, more inside info, and interviews on the way that you won't want to miss. Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and keep your circles tight. 'Cause in the rap game, even family can be the opposition.